Attention is number one asset of the modern time. I day trade attention, says Gary Vee. For someone to know about your cleaning services, you have to know where this person hangs out, or a group of people, which is a crowd. Then not only you need to be able to get in front of them, but you need to talk the language of the crowd so you can attract the crowd's attention, persuade them that you are the best, and let them part with their money instead of with your competitor. So this is called inbound marketing. That's what I love. Where do the crowd hangs out in a modern time? Online. That's a fact. So if we all hang out online, how do we find services or goods for us? Well, we go to search. Perfect. Which search is dominant? Google. 91% plus. It's a whopping number, followed by Bing 3.5%, which is growing in popularity after ChatGPT, and then followed by Yandex, which is a meager 1.78%. According to CNBC, Google gave up their dominance. In 93, which is coming down, right? It didn't give up. They still mammoth. They were 93% of the whole search engines in December of 22, and then 92% after ChatGPT came up, because Bing is implementing ChatGPT. So where I'm going with this is, unless Google figures out how to stay competitive and compile the resources, and it's a fact, we know that the Google has the world's largest research and database, unless they can figure out how to serve it properly, then AI is coming up. So we're gonna get to the AI in just a little bit as well. But besides AI, what else is out there, you might think? Well, social media is coming up. People are searching TikTok. People are searching Reddit. People are searching for answers in Facebook. So which tells us not only we need to optimize our content for Google, but we also need to optimize our content for social media. And we also need to optimize our content for AI, which is coming up, because we want to be advanced in front of the crowd. So I asked GPT, actually went there and said, what do I need to do so you can spit out in the results my company? And the answer was very interesting, and I'll share it with you in closer to the end of this video. The reason I want to take you through the steps, because you're gonna see how the answer GPT spit out is very connected to what I'm about to tell you and what I'm about to teach you. Since Google is 91+% of the current searches, our goal is to be found in Google under the keyword when we're being searched, because that's where the business, that's where the attention is. And the funny fact is, about 50% of the people currently, over 50% nowadays, start using mobile search. So not only we have to be optimized, but we have to be optimized technically for mobile searches, followed by 40% of the desktop searches, and a small percentage of tablet searches, which falls to like 3%. If I were to start my business now, what would I do? Where would I go to start attracting cleaning customers right now? I mean, that's why you guys here on a website. Let's talk about it. We decide it's the Google. What am I gonna do to go on a Google and start getting those customers immediately? In this video, we're talking about inbound. In the next video, I'm gonna talk about outbound, specifically depending on the type of your person. But inbound converts 61% more than the outbound, because it's the warm leads. So what happens is they find you, whether on a social media, whether on a ChatGPT, whether on Google or Bing, it doesn't matter. They find you, they follow your funnel, the one that you made for them, thinking that they are pre-screening you, and they execute your desired outcome. For example, contact you, call to action, whatever. But make sure there's only one thing as a call to action. And then when they call you, now you're a savior. Instead of pushing your services over them, you're going there to try to solve the problem. And then you're position yourself as a consultant, so they don't see you as a competition. But that's the whole different video. Okay, in Google, what would I do to be featured and start getting leads right away? The very first thing, which is immediate, I would set up PPCs, which is paid per click campaigns. And in Google's terminology, it's called AdWords, ads.google.com. Link will be down below. And once you do that, you have to be mindful. When you set up a campaign, if you don't know how to do this, find someone in Upwork or find someone in Fiverr, or shoot me an email and contact in the messages, and I'll be happy to put you in touch with people who help me. When somebody searches, so their PPCs can get tricky. They're amazing in the sense that they're immediate when you need the results, but they can get tricky because they can drain your budget if you just put like cleaning services vague. For example, we service Baltimore metropolitan area, and we want to make sure we're coming up on the proper words: professional, reliable, best cleaning services. And their keywords, we're not cheap. My company is not cheap. We don't want to be the cheapest. So the words like affordable, cheap, quickest, fastest, we don't come up on those. And there's a bunch of other terms that we have them, and negative terms that go follow the Google's algorithm. So if you do this wrong, you will drain your money immediately, really quickly. So therefore, if you don't know this skill, skill. It's very learnable. You can YouTube it, you can see the results and figure out yourself. You'll likely make some mistakes, or you can just pay a freelancer if that's what you want to do. Second will be GLA, which stands for Google Local Ads. And if we're talking about commercial specifically in this video, how to get commercial leads, but some of this will be applicable for, if not majority, to the residential as well. So in GLA, that's something you can set up yourself very easily. You have to undergo through their pre-screening, a background check, they check the owner, your insurance, and etc. You set up your company, and then what it does, it gives you a Google guaranteed badge. So which means now you're obligated to perform your services. But anyways, if you're performing your services, it doesn't matter for you anyhow, because you're not here to take advantage. But then you can set the zip code, you can set the times, you can set a little bit of message, and now it's Google's job to advertise you because you're paying Google per lead. You're not paying them per click. So PPC is per click. That's where you pay for them to click. So that's cheaper. Whether people take action, fill out the form, or call you or not, it's up to them. And when they leave, you still pay Google for that. But in GLA, Google Local Ads, now you're paying for leads. And that's immediate result as well. Once you set up and undergo their background check, that's fairly fast. You pay each lead, whether you close the lead or not. Now it's not up to them. But if that is a legit lead, then you pay for it. For example, there's an office clean service. It's really cool for residential, but for commercial it works as well. If you do office clean, and if something irrelevant comes up, a lead for you, and Google charges you, there's an option you can dispute and actually talk to people. So that's very nice. The other thing I would do is start working on SEO, search engine optimization, right away. I'd set up my website in WordPress. Currently our website is set up. I have a video how to set up a WordPress for free. If you haven't watched, you want to watch it after you finish this, not now. And there's an on-page SEO and off-page SEO, and we're gonna touch about some of it because we are going for the inbound. Our goal is to bring people to us who have a problem and it's hurting for them, so which means they need to resolve it, and it's an immediate problem and they're willing to pay for it and they're searching for it. That's why inbound converts a little better. GMB is the next one, which stands for Google My Business, and the link is google.com/business/. So you want to set up, there's a verification process you undergo through the verification process, and you set up, and one thing there is you optimize it for the keywords, for your agent, for your region, and etc. But one important thing is reviews. If you pay attention, Google now, not only when somebody searches cleaning services Washington DC, let's say, not only it pops up, shows the companies that just look for it next time you do it yourself, but it also shows the closest companies with the nicest, most reviews. So therefore getting reviews is super important. What it means for you as to getting reviews, which means the more reviews you're getting, the Google puts you more higher, and those people that are giving you reviews likely happy with your services, so they start getting your services, and then Google starts pushing you more, and it's great. Users are getting more leads, right? Totally makes sense. The second largest search engine in the world, what is it if I were to ask? What would you say? Well, those who said YouTube, kudos to you, because it is YouTube. YouTube is the largest search engine in the world, followed by the Google itself. So what do people do there? People go there and start typing how to maintain my house clean, how to strip and wax floors, how to pressure wash, driveway, and etc. So what you want to do is you want to put out the content optimized for those keywords. And Google has a keyword planner, which I'll link down below as well, where you can go and put the keywords yourself, and it'll tell you how many people in your region searching for that specific keyword. And it can also suggest alternative keywords, which you did not think of, but how people could be searching. So which is really good. And when creating content, remember, give away the information. Like, information in current age is becoming more and more commodity. What people don't want is they want to pay for implementation, right? Not for the information. So therefore, give away information. Don't be hesitant. Like, just don't say like, hey, if I use this trick of the trade that I've learned 10 years ago and I share it, then the person is going to do it themselves. But sure, there will only be a smaller percentage of the people that are going to do themselves, but the larger percent will come to you because they will now look at you as a professional who is able to solve their solution. And remember, even if you don't share that, what will happen? Someone else is going to go and share it anyways. So better go ahead and share yourself, get a goodwill. Worst case, someone is gonna follow your footprints, advice, and will execute it and pressure wash their driveway perfectly, and will say, thanks man, so good, and then you're gonna get a check mark up above. So regardless, you're winning. You're getting a goodwill, you're getting a check mark up above. Otherwise, they'll look up at you, they'll call you, and in YouTube, they're like sponsorship opportunities, the product, people can come and see you, the following, once you have it, people can come see it. It's building a brand. I mean, that's what I'm doing as well, and I recommend you start doing that as well. Building a brand is like future-proofing, AI-proofing yourself. Oh, I did deviate update a little bit, I acknowledge, let's get back. So keyword planner is there. I shared the mobile searches already. So the second thing would be, as we go through the list, to keep on attracting people with the inbound online search, you want to go to the local SEO, which is second thing, which is super important, or the first, depending upon how you want to put it. GMB, which is Google Local My Businesses. You make sure that everywhere, and then citations stay for, like, you find other websites that accumulate and collect business information such as Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, etc. And make sure in citations your company name, your address, and your phone number are the same. For example, if you are Baltimore's Eco-Friendly Cleaning Services LLC, and everywhere you put Baltimore Cleaning Eco Services LLC and you put the LLC, make sure that's in every citation that you have, because that'll help. Dropping out can confuse the search engine because they don't think like us, at least not for now. And then if you move your addresses, you want to go to other websites and update those citations as well. There are tools which you can pay for one time to update it or continuously update it. You can subscribe and you can Google them. Or if you have time, which I did when I started my company, a lot of it, then you can do it manually yourself. Next would be the quality content. And that comes from blog posts. So you want to go to the active websites that are ranked well and then start providing informative answers to common questions that people ask. That's a quality blog content. And then FAQ pages on your website, which also informatively answers. So FAQ pages is pretty important as well. And followed by that is the backlinking, which is super important, something that I've ignored for quite some time. We're getting at it better and better. Backlinking is when you go to reputable local websites, blogs, and news outlets, and you give them something in return so they can backlink to you. You don't want to spam backlink. So you want to go to reputable sites, local sites that are good for you, and give them something like a content, piece of article, something, so they can backlink it to you, and that will help with your lead. If you go to every website that offers backlink, that can hurt you. So there's some websites that are like, oh, I'll get you X amount of backlinks. And if they're irrelevant, that's actually going to hurt your reputation. So make sure your backlinks are quality. And then collaborations with the local websites, which you want to do is go to them, create a guest content together, create shout outs, give them shout outs, get a shout outs from them. So that will help your website to stand out as well. Social media, when we go to that, when I'm creating content and I want to attract people, I want to get to LinkedIn immediately, because LinkedIn is a business, because we're talking about attracting commercial customers right now to us. And LinkedIn that's where business people currently hang out. So go there. Very first thing you want to do is create a professional background, a photo for yourself. Get a professional photo of yourself, like headshot that it looks professional, a message, right? A t-shirt, something that tells that you're capable, because when people hire people and pay the money, they want to have professional people. So personal social media is different from a LinkedIn social media. Make sure you comply with what the people's expectations, and then banner, and then your continuous content that you post there should be cleaning related, commercial cleaning related, and etc. Testimonials and etc. works very well. You can do a manual search of the businesses in your area and outreach individually to people. Unfortunately, they lowered, like, I think you only have 10 custom messages that you can, when you send a request to someone to be friends, you only have like 10 a month for free that you can put a custom message. And what you want to do, you want to acknowledge them, tell them what you do, and then invite them connect. That's what you want to do basically. But if you only have 10, to increase your chances, what I'd like to do, if I have a prospect, the person that I want to establish a relationship, then go and like their comment on their comment, engage, because not many people, quite frankly, are active in LinkedIn compared to TikTok, Facebook, or other social media channels. So people will like when you do that, share, reshare, and they'll see it. And then when you send them a friend request with like a comment, then they'll likely accept it. And if you want to go a step further, then you can get LinkedIn Navigator, which is $99 a month. It's month to month, so you can stop it if you don't get a value. At least you can use it to build a list, so you can build a robust list of your prospects if you'd like. First month is free when you sign up, or if you think and you know that you're going to use it, it gets pretty costly. But if you buy a yearly subscription, that's $959.88 during the recording of this video, which is $79.99, about $20 less a month if you kind of like it. But go ahead and sign up for the free option and see how you're going to enjoy it. I'm sure you will. The next will be Facebook groups. I've heard a lot of people attracting people from Facebook groups. Let's talk about running the ads on the Facebook, which is very doable. But for commercial leads, in my case, we drained the money fast and we didn't get the responses we want, because it wasn't a place where business business people would hang out. It's a place where people would hang out, regular, like non-business, or they not searching for something. And then my responses would be, dude, are you looking for employees? I want to work, or some spam messages, etc. So it ended up draining our budget. So personally for us, paid Facebook advertisement was not worth it, but free advertisement is really good. And what you want to do is your social media, your banner needs to correlate and be in alignment with what you do, and then join Facebook groups. But see, folks, I see a lot of people go to Facebook groups on cleaning and advertise to cleaners that they do cleaning, and it makes no sense for me unless you're looking for subcontractors or to become a subcontractor someone else. Yes, you could do that, but if you want direct jobs where your profit is the most, in those cases you actually now want to go and join real estate groups, doctors groups, accountants group, flippers, home flippers groups, investor, multifamily investment groups. Those are the groups where you're gonna get the people that actually buy, sell, and at some point they're gonna say, oh, do you know a good cleaner? Do you know a good HVAC contractor? Do you know a good title agency? And that's where you jump in, and then you provide a content there too. The best content to provide is before and after peak photos, testimonials, and videos. When you create videos that are short but immediately giving people satisfaction, such as a dirty space and then you clean it and now it's clean, or stainless steel appliance which is just ton of fingerprints and then you polish it and now it's clean, open the microwave, clean it, and stuff like that. People find joy because it's an immediate satisfaction. That's what they get from it. So be mindful of that when you create that. Voice search optimization would be something else, and voice search optimization like Google, Siri, and etc. is coming up and it's more popular. When you're doing that, that's a long tail keywords that you need to include in your keywords, like how human would ask, right? What would the, so for example, you can say, how do I spot clean carpets, or you remove the pet urine from carpets, and then once your content is there, you will start showing up on the voice searches. I'll also tell you why it's important just a little bit as we move down. There's one more point that I want to bring. What you'd like to do is complementary business partnerships that you want to create. For example, you want to go to not your competition, but go to the businesses that might utilize your services. For example, moving companies, pest control companies, real estate agents that need your services a lot, and tell them, look, give me a shout out, I'll send you my customers. If it's not enough, maybe referrals, maybe discount codes, whatever it is, or maybe they just know you and you guys want to partner up because together we're stronger, right? So do that. Have the pest control company refer their clients to you, have you refer them to you. We have pest control company, moving company that we refer one to another customers, and it's good, it's fulfilling, it's a good trust relationship, but make sure your partner is up to your standards. If you have a good reputation and you recommend someone else, now your customer thinks that's the service they're gonna get from someone else, but if the someone else drops the ball, then it hurts your reputation in the customer's eyes. So therefore, pre-screen them, sit down with the owners, have lunch, talk to them, make sure their personality, maybe order their services, see if their personality is good before you do that, unless you're actually confident about this. And then there's actually one more thing, technical search engine optimization, which means now you're looking at the website speed and the schema markup. So those are important because with schema markup, you actually tell precisely to search engines, crawl bots and the spiders, where is your precisely about your business, about the services and location, about your services. And then website speed is super important, loading speed, the same on the mobile device and tablet. So your content must be optimized for that. There's also applications which you can utilize to go get yourself leads immediately if you're starting. Bark, Thumbtack, Handy, and Yelp and Angie. Some of them sell leads. So I personally have dealt with Angie's in the past, and following the Facebook communities, group communities, they don't have a good reputation. Thumbtack sells leads. Some say it's good, some say it's not. Bark, go check them out. I haven't checked them out. Handy, same. My understanding they say leads, but I could be mistaken. So go check them out. Angie and Yelp are another ones that you could consider looking into them if it makes sense, but make sure whatever the terminology, don't sign up for a yearly contract, although it might sound good, because if it doesn't work out, at least do a 1 month trial, see if it works out, then get to a second month, because one customer should pay off for those expenses. And if it's not, then you didn't sign up for yearly, so it's not a big try, but at least you got the experience and you know in your market it doesn't work. Because what you do is your goal to eliminate what doesn't work, and eventually figure out what works. As Thomas Edison says, 10,000 times I didn't fail, I just figured out 10,000 ways the light bulb wouldn't work, which would bring me to 10,000 first, which was the remaining, and then light bulb worked. So same thing, figure out what doesn't work and then you go to what works. If you're enjoying this content, then please hit thumbs up, because that helps the algorithm to let know, so the other cleaners are served with this content, and then so we can all grow. And it's a super cool gesture from your side for my work. It gets my heart warmed up. And leave a comment. Let's interact with one another and create a community that is supporting one another. Now about a ChatGPT. So I asked this precise question. I said, how do you optimize search results for AI such as ChatGPT? I want my cleaning company to come up in the search results when people ask best professional cleaning services in Baltimore. And the result will be surprising. Remember when I told you, hey, in the beginning, I'll tell you what it is and then the responses. So what it spitted out for me is number one, keywords. So we already talked about keyword tool that Google has. Local SEO, we talked about GMB and citations. Quality content creation, we talk about the blog creation and reciprocations with other contents, shout outs from one business and another. Remember that? Number four was link building, and that's like backlinks, like building good links that are good for you and your website that are relevant. Mobile optimization that we talk about, that the mobile site's actually going up, and it's a tablet optimization at the same time, even though 3%, but if you get one customer from it and it pays off, then it's worth it. Search media presence, social media presence, and we just touched base about Facebook and LinkedIn. Same goes to TikTok and Instagram and etc. That's the content that you're serving. Wherever you have your population, the following, that's where you want to hit most and keep on creating more content, because it'll help you. Voice search optimization, we talk about the long tail keywords. Technical SEO, that's the speed of it and schema. And monitoring and adapting would be the last one, which now you utilize tools such as Google Analytics or Search Console to get those answers. So on the next video, I'm gonna dive in more into the outbound, and it's gonna come out right here soon. Hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, because once this comes up, you wanna see this, it'll tell you how to actively start picking up phone, reaching out. I'll give you a methodology how you can literally utilize the connections that you already have to attract your first, fifth, and 10th customer. Because once you do that, that's a rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. See you there. Thanks, bye.